Okay. I hope that's still going. Yep, it's still on. All right. And action. Oh, this is a little Bluetooth mic plugged into that. So what I'm doing as an experiment and also a backup plan is that hopefully is picking up our conversation as well. If this audio isn't well, and also it's also getting that video. Oh, well, that don't matter. It doesn't matter about yeah, it's more of a visual. So what I was trying to say about these people that I just love, and I would love to have them come back on the podcast and maybe actually have their partners on here, was when I shared that, I got the most listens because having other people on it and sharing it. So I assumed that even if I got 5 or 6 more listeners, they don't even have to listen to the podcast all the time. The fact that they tune into that is going to help me boost my numbers. So eventually I can become monetized on here. And that's the goal for me because this is what I want to do. And I figured I could do this, till I'm almost dead. Like did you ever listen to Art Bell? Do you know anything about Art Bell? Okay, so he was this radio host. I specifically remember him back in the 90s, and it was a call-in show called Coast to Coast. Okay. And people would fucking call in and tell him the craziest supernatural shit. Like, there's an alien outside right now, and you look up Art Bell Coast to Coast. They have archives of it, and it's just so back when I went to Cornish back in my day. Yeah. I didn't have a TV. All I had was this, I think, alarm clock radio at the time. It was, you're in college. And all I listened to was Art Bell, just the second it was on, and live Art Bell. And it was a live show that went on for hours and hours, and it was a call-in show. So he would get people from all over the nation calling in with all these spooky stories. And he ended up, before he passed away, he was in Arizona. Okay. And I don't know if he was back in the day that I was really into him, where he was based, but I almost want to say, it could have been Nevada to start with. Was it Arizona? Maybe he ended up in Nevada. I don't know. We'll have to look. Okay. But look up Art Bell and any of those. It's just some of the stories that these people talk about are just hilarious, like alien probes and all this stuff. And like, not hilarious, but just like these people really were there to communicate with him about what was happening with the ghost in my garage kind of thing. Yeah. I loved it. It was just kind of what I want to do with my life down the road. Yeah. So, is this still on? Or are you talking to that?
I think it is.
Yeah?
I don't know if I can hear myself, though.
I don't know.
Let's see. I'm hearing you just fine, but I think since the pattern changed, I'm not sure.
I just want to make sure that you're...
Okay, wait.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, well, hopefully the other mic was picking it up.
I know.
I was doing most of the talking.
Oh, that's okay. Mostly, yeah. If anything, if you have to scrap it, we can do it over again.
Anyway.
You can ask me more hard-hitting
questions. So basically, monetization of art is the goal as an artist, and it's a really hard thing to get to. And so
it is,
I've been doing it for years. I've been trying to find that one angle. I'm a jack of all trades as well. Yeah. And where is my money?
I might pick your brain because actually, so one of the projects I'm working on is I want to create a Patreon. But the issue is that I feel like, again, like I don't think I operate on like a regular person schedule, so I don't think I'd have anything consistent. So I can't necessarily promise like physical treats, but I can definitely promise like I will post and share as many behind the scenes items as I can. But I wanted to get your thoughts on that at some point.
About collaborating?
Creating a Patreon. Just creating a
Patreon.
Yeah,
I have one. It's a commitment. That's what I'm learning.
I know. That's why I'm like, Well, not that I'm opposed to commitment, but just like, it's funny because it's like, I guess I was interested in making one in 2019 because I started to search my documents and I actually have like my, like rewards and stuff for people, but they were much more like when I was doing a webcomic. And now I'm like, well, that doesn't really apply anymore because I really want to commit myself to print completely. not to gatekeep girl boss or what have you, but no, I want to, I want to have more things printed. So if you want to look for my things, most of it is going to be in print. So, but I'd love to share, and then obviously, I think maybe one tier will be like, I'll send you, once things are printed, I will send you copies or send copies or what have you. So,
I think you just use the name that you've already like built up and turn that into your Patreon page. And if you want to support this podcast, you can at I'm a Witch Podcast at patreon.com. $5 a month just helps me.
$5.
Like, it helps me pay for this. Because I think I pay $20-something a month, and I think that's what I'm making on Patreon. So it's perfect. It's kind of a validating thing, but oh my God, I have a friend in Arizona. This guy, $2,000 a month, maybe.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And I haven't looked at his Patreon in a while, but he does these body paintings and stuff, and he's like one of the bigwig artists there. Yeah. But also very, very gay and very, very the world is art. Why isn't everybody living this dream? And I'm like, well, because we don't have a $2,000 Patreon, but some of us have to, work for it. But clearly, this is your path, and you made it.
Not to sound like Sarah McLachlan, but $5 can make such a colossal difference. Do you have a $1 tier? I don't know. I think I'm on the $5 tier.
I don't even know.
You should do the $1 just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah, just in case.
Would you pay $1 for all this entertainment, and you save a dog at the
and then it's just your cat with dog ears and a little fake nose.
Oh, that cat. That cat follows me everywhere I go. In that
he adores
apartment.
you and Damien.
Oh, he does. Lately, he's been doing this thing where he jumps up, and if I'm not up in time, right next to me, and just like give me attention now.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm half asleep, like rubbing this cat, and then I'm allergic. So then there's that whole thing.
Do you take shots or anything, like injections or anything?
I honestly, I think I became acclimated to the fur.
Oh, okay.
Because we got him at such a baby age that I think a lot of my allergy. Once I get going, though, once I start sneezing or whatever, like then it's like a roller coaster. But if I hand sanitize, that's what I learned because we were doing so much of that during the pandemic. If I had that in every room. He hates it because then his stink isn't all over me. But I'm like, well, sorry, girl. That's what makes me fucking sneeze.
Yeah, I don't.
Do pigs? Are they real hair?
So they're actual hair. They are hair. And actually, funny story. They shed once a year. They lose their winter coat, and then they become almost completely naked for the spring and summertime. Okay. So in my mind, I was like, oh, cool. I don't have to worry with like fur or fluff or anything like that. But what I have to deal with now is these like sharp, wiry gray and white and black hairs just all around our house. Like, and they're not like, you can't just take a lint roller. It's like you have to like pluck them or vacuum or find some other way to.
Wow.
Yeah. So no, he goes through shedding.
Superhero hair.
Yes. I think the first year that happened, I was terrified because I was like, why is he losing all of his hair? I don't understand. And then I Googled and then I talked to our vet and they were like, oh, that's normal. That's totally normal. I guess pigs will shed once to twice a year. Okay. But no, it's very coarse hair, so it's basically like, but not like a human, but definitely like just it's very I don't know. I had a hedgehog before, so it doesn't bother me.
Without going too much longer, just because there's a club that we might be going to. Oh, yes. The Goth Club.
Very hip.
Yeah, very hip.
Exclusive.
Yes. You can't come. I'm just kidding. You can come. Hit me up if you come into Seattle. Let me know. I grew up on a pig farm part of my life. But it was only in the summer times. So all of the pigs, I had interaction with piglets, pig mothers with big ass titties. Yeah. I got stuck in mud once, and this pig mom came out there, and I'm like, oh dear God, I'm gonna die, and I'm in this mud, and all my brother could do was laugh at me. Yeah. But it was like, I had the little rain boots like going through the mud, and they would keep it so wet, and the mud was, I don't know, like feet deep. And these pigs would just flop around in it in their almost bald skin, which is so fascinating because I never knew them really with a lot of hair. except for maybe like
yeah.
the boar, like
Yeah.
the one that with the big balls, Big Red was his name, and he was the breeder pig. And he's huge, he's an asshole, but he always had hair, and he was just a dick. But looking back on it, but I've always I loved pigs, and maybe I should cut pork out too. All the vegetarians and vegans are like, yes, you call yourself a
obviously you
witch.
should. Sorry, not to do another public service announcement,
Yes.
but so the fun thing with pigs is, I think for a while there was this rumor of a micro mini pig, like a micro mini, like a little baby, like kind of think of about like a little like Paris Hilton Chihuahua in your purse.
Oh my god!
So that is not a real thing. They do not exist. They're very much. I say pigs are like human beings, where they're always usually typically the same size, and then they grow into different. So I think the unfortunate thing is, Wayne and I did a lot of research before we got Wilson, and we asked to see his parents beforehand, so we knew what we were getting ourselves into. And even then, when we saw his parents, they were very young, so it was like, who knows, But yeah, you could get full blown swine. You could get potbelly. You could get like I think Wilson's part Cooney, and I forget the other one, but Cooney. He's like half and half of something. But yeah, you never know what you're gonna get. So it's very much like box of chocolate status. So like,
right,
yeah. So just be mindful if you pursue pig ownership.
Absolutely. Like you said earlier, people in Seattle with apartments, no.
Yeah, no,
don't do
it's definitely no. And they're very destructive. So if you like nice things, say goodbye to that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I remember the thing.
Say goodbye to that. They don't like nice things. They like comfortable things.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, I want a pig now, but only when I have the land to have it, or a big home, big space for. Because we were contemplating getting one more cat, because I'm going to have to start getting busier.
You're getting the void a friend.
Yeah, we need, I think he is become very needy to daddies, and which is fine. And he is 3 years old, almost 4 now.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's almost 4.
Baby.
Yeah, but he's still very spry, I want to play every second you're awake kind of thing. So we thought it would be kind of fun, even if it was a dog, but we can't really have a dog right now. So we were thinking another kitten. Yeah. So it's like he can help the kitten grow up and all that shit and become the magical cat that he is. He's so cool.
Of course.
Is there anything we need to like wrap up here? I just feel like I want to get to that magical button of we're done recording, because it's been.
I know. Well, you asked me
an hour
to
and a
promote.
half, so
you asked me
great.
to promote things.
I would love for you to promote anything coming up.
Okay, so I'll promote things coming up.
Please do.
And but I know I don't really. I feel like we should have like a Jerry Springer like last word.
Someone comes in and says, "You're my father," Tony James.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I can kind of advertise what I'm currently doing.
Please do that. That's what I wanted.
Okay. So March 14th, I will be at Scream for Queer Art. That's at Scream Salon on Capitol Hill, and that's for Capitol Hill Art Walk, and I believe that goes from 5 till 9. Also, any of this information, if you happen to go to my Instagrams, there will be a link tree, and it'll, so basically if you go to my website, the KassandraDavis.com, and just look up upcoming appearances.
Cassandra with a K.
With a K, yes. I know. I'm that person. And then April 7th, I'm actually doing my first Cutie Fest.
What's that?
You've been to Cutie Fest, you and
the one over in Calenderson.
Calenderson.
I love Cutie Fest.
So April 7th, I believe that's from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'm doing Cutie Fest. Unfortunately, I do not know my exact location yet, but I know it's going to be quite big.
You'll find her, trust me.
Yeah. Oh, yes. And so
it's like wait, hold on.
Oh,
it's a maze of different fun little fucking some people have like used stuff, and then some people are selling their sparkly glass blowing art, and then some people have like purple
wanted to do it for
hats.
a while.
Oh God, it's so fun, and some of it is kind of a protest because some people just show up without even being asked to do it.
Oh, okay.
There was some woman peddling her shit out of a
really?
van. And I was like,
okay.
okay, you go, girl.
Yeah.
But most of
yeah.
it's pretty organized. But
Okay,
it's,
yeah.
It's a protest.
So yes, I was gonna say, so wherever you find me at Cutie Fest will also be at Crystal's Coffee and Covens, and that is my daughter's business. And yes, so and she does wonderful things with crystals and coffee.
Say that again.
Crystals, Coffee and Covens.
Where is this at?
She's mostly online right now.
Oh,
but
okay.
she does different showings and stuff. Like we did morning market twice. So we did, I think, a summer one, and then we did like closer a holiday one. So she and I were both doing that together. But yes, she'll be there as well. And
Please send me that in
Yeah, of course.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Not now, but because I
Yeah.
want to follow it.
oh yeah,
Because I'm
she's-
pretty
yeah.
sure I met your daughter. I'm
Yes.
pretty sure. And if she identifies as a witch and she likes coffee,
She
which
does.
I used to, I could totally
Yes.
get her to talk about.
Can you not drink coffee anymore, or do you? Not
Oh, I
drink
can do
coffee?
it. It just
Oh,
makes
okay.
me shit. And like, I'm coming into some heart things right now that.
Okay. Oh no, that makes sense.
Yeah, I just a little hypertension from the job.
I
had
can do
for
coffee, but
work.
I have to be very specific about anything like cold brew or something will send me over the edge. So.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
crack for me. Like,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
high for fucking hours.
Yeah.
So like,
Oh yeah.
sometimes I'll just get a shot, like because my early years as a barista,
Mm-hmm.
back in my early 20s. Anyway, that was one of my first jobs,
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
And I loved just the shot. Give me
Mm-hmm.
the shot, and I loved hazelnut syrup, and that was the two things that I mixed together, and that's what got me going at 6 in the goddamn morning to get
Oh gosh.
it
Yeah.
ready for all these assholes that walk in for their first cup of coffee.
Yeah.
They're all like,
Yeah.
and then 10 minutes later, they're like, oh, hey, it's good to see you. Talk to you later. I got to get to work. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, fuck
Oh
you.
my
Yeah,
gosh.
You dick. You didn't even give me a tip. But
Yeah.
anyway, okay, so I'm really excited. I cannot wait to come to the art walk. I'm definitely going to make that part of my agenda.
Capitol Hill Art Walk.
Yes.
Scream for Queer Art at Scream Saloon, I believe, from 5 till 9.
5 till 9.
Yes.
And that's,
I believe this is
I'll find it.
March 14th. I want to say March 14th. I should probably look this up again.
Yeah, you should.
Yes.
And I can cut in between.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry.
Oh my God, your nails.
Thank you.
Those are green.
Yeah, so I'm doing the March Scream for Queer Art.
Yes.
Scream Saloon, or not Saloon.
Salon.
Salon. Wow. Scream Salon.
I want to go to the Scream
I know,
Saloon.
I felt very
Arr.
westerny.
Yeah.
Yes. No, yeah, Scream Salon for Scream for Queer Art for Capitol Art Walk, and then April 7th from 10 to 5 p.m. On Sunday, April 7th at Cutie Fest, and I believe that's just in Cal Anderson. I don't know if I specified where it was.
Cal Anderson Park.
Yes, I don't know where I'm located though, but if you follow me on literally anything, I guarantee I will announce it somewhere.
Except for the pig one. I
Yes.
don't know
Oh,
if you're
yeah,
going to
yeah,
find
yeah,
that information on the pig. But
No, the pig's just the pig is just Wilson's own personal social media that I don't update. Actually, okay, so I know we're wrapping up, but a funny thing is that I follow so many animal pet influencers, and I'm low key like so envious because I'm like, God, I wish I had
the time.
the time and the energy and the commitment to make Wilson or the chinchilla a star, and then they could pay my bills for me, but I just can't. I'm kind of a private pet owner. Like,
Yeah.
I own my animals, and
Most of it ends up on my story, which I know disappears.
Yeah.
This is what I love about Instagram story. I'm going to probably be a lifetimer when it comes to that particular format.
I love that too.
Because I love images. I've always been a worshiper of art and not necessarily a visual artist myself in that form. And I love video. I love photography. I love to be a photographer. I see things differently than people. So when I see a really good, beautiful thing on Instagram like that, that was the whole format. It was picture. And then all of a sudden these stories started coming. And all these reels and all these little things that I can double down on
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah.
with my viewing experience and
Yeah.
also just producing in the moment. So I don't know. And Wilson could pay your bills if you really got down and dirty into promoting that shit.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm committed enough. I don't know. Also, not only that, but for me personally, it's like, I think I'm the type of person where if I'm given any type of feedback and it's just directed at me, I'm like, I can handle it. But if anybody says anything mean about my animal children, it is on site. Like, right. It's, or if they just say you're a bad parent, I'm going to be like, it's on site.
I had that happen to me on TikTok with our cat, because we took the cat as a kitten on a leash situation in the cemetery, Lakeview Cemetery. Mm-hmm. How dare you have that black cat walking over those people's headstones? Like, brrr, I was like, and not a lot, but just enough for me to be like, I'm not sharing my cat on that platform ever again. These people are cray. They don't even know what they're talking about. And quite honestly, my comment to them was, well, I'm pretty sure the dead people would like this beautiful kitten playing and frolicking around their resting place. Yes. Why does it have to be such a sacred place? Why are they just dead and not just present, possibly there? I don't know.
Consent given for anybody who wants their animals to visit my grave.
Yes.
If I should have one. And I want all of the young goth chickies and boys to take photos at my grave. I'll try to have something that's promising that you can take photos in front of.
And if I don't die before you, I'll do that. If you die, wait. If I die before you, you do the same for me.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not quite sure if I'm going to have that kind of elaborate
I would do like a Hollywood type of bus tour where I'd be like, and now on this side, we have the tomb of Tony James.
Yes.
And it would be
a big ass tree is what I want. Like, ultimately, I saw the pod tree thing where they take you and they put you in a pod and then they plant a tree.
I think you can go and visit there. I think you have to schedule an appointment, but I think you can go visit them. I'd love to.
I mean, if I had any knowledge of when my passing was, like say a diagnosis or something like that, I would prepare for it. But that idea. That was the closest thing, because I always was going to be cremated, but then I was like,
my family does cremation as
ashes, and I was like, well, that's cool, and they got a part of me or whatever. But what about? And then I love cemeteries. Like, I'm a freak. Like, if we could have done this in the cemetery,
I know,
which we could. Maybe we'll do a follow up.
Maybe we should do. Yeah. Maybe I should be a recurring character.
Why not? I don't see why not. There's no reason why you shouldn't. Or we have guests on, like your friends. And we make it part of that.
Yeah, of course.
And then we cross current, and you guys can take the audio and make it part of your podcast as well.
That'd be so fun.
Did you see that I'm going to be on a podcast next week or here?
Wait, no.
It's called Something the Real or something. Okay. And it's a bunch of people that love horror films and stuff like that from Tacoma. They're going to come over here. And I said, I got this space if you want to just set up here. And I'm like, are you okay with me drinking? Because like I've already had 3 during this whole thing, but it's just me, just like relaxing and having fun. And we're drinkers, and we're definitely going to go to karaoke after, is what they said. So I'm kind of excited.
Yeah.
So that whole idea. So I wonder if they'll let me also use some of the audio.
I was going to ask. So I don't know if it's in the cards or not, but if I happen to do a podcast or if I do maybe some, I've done. Not this necessarily, but I've done a lot of speaking, like not lecture-y things, but just like question and answer type things in my life. And I was going to say that if I were to try to do panels or something for conventions and stuff, can I include you or can I ask you to be
I will be your engineer.
Okay.
I will be your producer.
Okay. Oh, okay. Wonderful.
I will do all that work. Yes. And you can be the talent. Because the more I do this, the better I'm going to get at it.
Yeah.
And because this is my ultimate kind of dream down the road, like I said. But even if you needed to utilize my space, I pay I'm not going to say what I pay on here, but it's not a lot, but it's a little chunk of change. If someone hit me down $20, can I use your space for an hour? You guys help me out by doing the audio or whatever. I'm totally down.
That sort of thing, like mixing and editing, everything is totally black magic to me. So that would be helpful.
And I'm good at that black magic.
Oh, good.
I really am,
good.
actually. I kind of get excited about it because it is a passion of mine. Someone actually asked me before we're done here recently. They're like, like you, excuse me, you like editing, he said. He's like, I was at Roxanne's party. At that party. That one dude that was just kind of coming in and out.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I don't know if I recognize.
Anyway, he was just talking a lot. And he was really interesting guy and from somewhere, I don't know. Yeah. Not an American man, but totally integrated into and now an American person. And I don't even know why I'm saying that. I'll probably cut that. But anyway, he came out to me that he does a lot of video work and all this stuff, and he's done stuff for bands that are famous and all this stuff.
Lovely,
And talking with him, he said, "But I just fucking hate editing video. I just fucking hate it. Like when I get video from other people, and I have to go through their shitty ass stuff."
I kind of like editing, but I also like when other people do it for me.
Right. Well, sure. Yeah. Because it is daunting.
Yeah.
It is material. And if you
get an objective party.
That's right. And if you're not on that set or whatever the video is, you're only getting the frame. You're only getting what they sent you. So that's what he was saying that he hated. But for me, when I edit video, I'll go for fucking hours until it's done and the way I like it. So it's something I enjoy, but also am passionate about. And so, yes, I will help you. And
thank you.
Yes, of course.
I really appreciate that. It's really hard for me to ask for help, but that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah. You could talk to your therapist about that. Well, you could talk to me about it. It'll be the next time when we're sitting in the cemetery this summer. Well, let's just plan it like 3 months from now. We'll reconvene and we'll talk about whatever, or maybe we'll have one of your friends on there, or your daughter even, or even your husband. And we just all plug in 4 mics and go sit down by Lake Washington, or like sit in a cemetery and have some wine. And
I'm low-key hoping I didn't snub anybody because I never know what the fuck I'm saying. So I don't think I did, though.
Well, no, you sounded pretty damn good. Good. Yeah. So give it up, everybody. Yay. Kassandra Davis, yeah?
Yes, and that is a live studio audience, actually.
There's this one asshole. He's got a very, very annoying clap. Anyway, thank you. I adore you. And
I adore you too. Thank you for doing this with me.
Yes, me too.
Thank you for inviting me.
And hopefully we'll get to a point where this is more streamlined. But for tonight, you helped me with my experiment, and thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.